Yo, what is good, guys? Today's trade recap for the 25th of November. Today I took two trades, both of them were a loss. Uh, Even though it looks like a win here, it's a loss. But I'll break down what happened. Let's replay. I was correct about the bias on the day, it was just I got the entries wrong, essentially. So, going into the day, I had kind of a mixed bias, but I was leaning more bullish because of these relative equal highs here in London high. That wasn't swept, but I also wanted ES to take these relative equal lows and like tap into this 1 hour. There was I didn't expect we were already in this 4 hour. I didn't expect to like retrace deep. Oh no wait. No, look, listen. We weren't in this 4 hour yet. I forgot the replay mode does this thing because when you go into a higher time frame, like the replay cancels out. But basically, we were in this 4 hour gap. I didn't expect us to trade back into this 4 hour, but I guess we did, which kind of like you'll see. So on the 1 hour, we also had this gap that I marked out. We didn't unfill it. We didn't fill it. I mean, we were respecting this 1 hour gap. So let's skip to market open. What is this? 7:45. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Alright, this is market open. As you can see, market opens and just straight away we put in an SMT here and we just shit down. We just shit down two, 200, 250 points we shit down. So I'm like, alright, this is just gonna be one of those days where we're gonna take these lows, we're just gonna come back to Monday's lows. But oh boy was I wrong, because bro, every time we have a 250 point dump, 250 points here, we continue lower. Wait, how big was this? Is fucking mad. Wait, what? 1,000 points. Anyways, like every other day, I swear. Look, off open we dump. Off open we dump. Bang, this is 250 points and we continue lower. Like every time we dump off open, 250 points, we continue lower, like to 300. Dump off open, fucking continue lower, you know. Where did we dump 250 points of open and then reverse? What is this? No, look, open we pumped, then dumped. Okay, well that doesn't have anything to do with today's trade, but I was in my head like, when the fuck did we ever have this aggressive move down and then we just have a V-shaped recovery and take my original draw, which was this high? I was like, well, pretty much never. So I was a bit bearish here. I mean, I could still take longs if we have this V-shaped recovery. I marked out this 5 minute gap, and you'll see basically what happens. All right, so we have this 5 minute. We balance into equilibrium of this range. I think it's OT as well, but it can't be us checking. And we tapped into this 4 hour gap, obviously. Fuck's sake, not CES. Tapped into this 4 hour gap and made an SMT with the 4 hour low. Like ES didn't go into that 4 hour and Q did. You'll see in a second. I don't know why it isn't loading, but ES didn't get into this gap. As you can see here, this is the gap. So, so. Let's leave this. Start new bank. Right, so we have that dump, and then we have this move. Pretty, really aggressive bullish move. And I was like, alright, let me remove this gap. So I marked out this 5 minute. Alright, let's see what we do inside this 5 minute. So we have another aggressive bullish move, and then I see we had 10 a.m. news. We had 10 a.m. news. So I was waiting for 10 a.m. news. This is 10 a.m. Bang, 10 a.m. Expected a manipulation because it's the new 4 hour candle open. Expected manipulation on the 10 a.m. candle. And I think we tapped into like, there was a, yeah, like, it doesn't look like it here, but we tapped, like, there was a, this wasn't a full candle because it went like down and then up and then back down. So this was a wick for a bit. And on this wick, I entered. On this wick. I entered one con on that wick. And then I entered once we inverse this gap. You see? Bang, we inverse this gap. I entered another. So my fill was around here. Like if we average it out, this was my fill. My stop, this was where my problem was. My stop, I wanted to keep it really tight. I wanted to keep the stop really tight, so I put it like here, right below the consequent encroachment of this inverse fair value gap. So, and my TP was originally these open highs and runners to this high and to this high, which would have been a AR, which would have hit if my stop was here, like here. It would have hit a 4R, but for some, like, not for some reason, obviously. I mean, I didn't expect. I kind of wanted us to run because I would have took most of my position here, most of it. So I was in profit for a bit, profit, and bang, I get stopped out. I'm like, whatever. But this ends up the lowest we go for the rest of the day. Okay, no, never mind. This is the lowest. This is a really clean setup. Turtle soup here. Inside this for value gap. Like, this is just. I was watching this in real time. I wanted to take it after we got this CISD. You'll see now. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bang. No way. That's not the CISD. Here, I wanted to enter here, but I was like, man, this chop just kind of ruined it. Because at 10 a.m. we're supposed to manipulate and then expand. But I took this on paper. I had my stop here. But yeah, I took another trade. So this was my first trade. Not this turtle soup, but this. Got stopped out. I got chopped up, basically stop hunted, and then it went in my direction. And then I went for it again here because we just create. No, wait, not here. Here, you'll see a retrace now. So as you can see, we created relative equal highs again with New York Open. We did have this SMT, but I was like, man, we had these relative equal highs, London high, and 930 highs, all of it just stacked up, and I was like, all right, just we're gonna we're gonna be bullish regardless of this bearish SMT with ES. So what we saw was E and Q swept this low, tapped into this fair value gap. ES didn't, made an SMT with ES, and we had quick displacement, quick. You see, like here we had the quick displacement. I entered on this inverse, like at the top of this candle, basically. Here, stop is here. It was actually, I think, basically negative R as first TP, and then second TP was 1 to 3. But even on this, I got stopped out. And it was another stop hunt because it went in my direction again. And it went for the rest of the day. So I think today was just, well, definitely what this was a failure in my TP here. First trade, the second trade, yeah, it shouldn't have went down here. But first TP, I could have easily been safe and put it at this low. Because there was this gap that eventually held price, and we had this very cool setup, a very nice setup. And having it at this low would have made so much more sense instead of this below the constant encroachment of this inverse. But yeah, and let me show you the executions. I don't know. Sometimes they show, sometimes they don't. Wait, there. This is it essentially. Bang, tried longing, stopped out. Bang, tried longing, stopped out. Unfortunate. See you guys.